Good evening, everyone. Well, it's evening here. It's morning when I upload these videos, but tonight, I am doing the belt tensioners, idlers, and the belts in my E46 BMW. And the reason I'm doing this is because one of the idlers or tensioners has started making a noise, and that is no bueno. So when one of those fails on an E46, your water pump stops spinning, and by the time you've even realized it's overheating, you've got a warped head and you need a new engine. It's not a great deal, so it's best to just replace everything and have the peace of mind that it's good to go. From FCP Euro, I have the entire belt and tensioner kit. 2 belts, looks like a bolt. I have no idea what this bolt is for. A dust cap, an idler, one of the tensioners, and another one of the tensioners. Where this might differ from other cars is I have an E-fan instead of a mechanical fan. The mechanical fan requires special tools to get out, but as you can see without the fan in there, I've got a ton of room to work, and this might actually be a fairly easy job. The E-fan is pretty much the easiest thing in the universe to get out. I have the 2 fasteners that I had were this screw and this little pop rivety thing, and those went somewhere. Oh yeah, they went into here and into here, and I think on most cars those are supposed to both be those screws, but mine had been replaced at some point. But you do those, you undo these 2 electrical plugs, and the whole thing just lifts out the top. It's super easy, convenient, love it very much. So this all has to happen in a bit of an order since these belts, since this belt's in the way of this one. So I'll take this one off first, and for that I'm gonna need a T55 and my ratchet set to tighten. And down here, wow, I actually got it first hit. I just do that, and off comes the belt. Easy peasy, beautiful cover girl. Up and on the ground it goes. So now I got to get this tensioner off, and it looks like it's a single bolt through the part that rotates, and that appears to be a 16. That's not too terribly tight. There we go. Okay, here we have our old belt tensioner. That, ooh, there's a bit of wiggle in that bearing. Ooh, yeah, that doesn't sound healthy. That thing was not in great shape. I'm not sure if we reuse this or not. Here's the new one. Actually, that might be what that bolt was. Yep, that definitely looks like what that bolt is. Nice and fresh. Gross. Nice fresh hardware is always really cool. So I'll just go stick that back on, and then we can move into the main serpentine belt. Let's see if I can remember the proper orientation for this. There we go. It's clocked so it only goes in the right way, of course. Makes sense. Cool. That is one shiny new part installed in the BMW. Let's see if I can get that belt out and see what sort of shape it was in. Honestly, not in terrible shape. No cracks or anything. Feels a little bit plasticky, but not really a huge concern. At any rate, getting replaced. Let's move on to this guy over here. So I'm not entirely sure the method for this tensioner, but I'm thinking that if I stick my T50 in there and turn it in some direction, I'm gonna guess tighten, we will get somewhere. Okay, it is not tighten. It is not loosen either. Okay, well, I got it off camera, except now it appears to have eaten my socket, which is fun. There we go. So it's not a Torx, it is an 8mm hex. You stick it in here and you turn and you just apply constant force clockwise. It's not a spring, so it won't immediately give. What you're doing is you're forcing the hydraulic pressure through a small hole, so you have to keep applying constant pressure and it'll push more and more and more of that fluid. Anyway, that is that belt off. I'm sure I'll remember this routing. That belt's in pretty great shape too. Ooh, that is nasty. Oh, that's the noise it was making right there. Exactly that. Oh, looks like this idler here is gonna be a 13. No, this is a 13. I'll get there eventually. She's tight. Okay, and I guess we'll take this idler out so I can better see what I'm doing. And this guy actually goes all the way through the alternator, which I believe means that if you want to change your alternator out, you have to undo this, undo your belt tension, which is super fun. That one doesn't sound too bad. Okay, the next step is getting this pulley off of here, and I had to use a breaker bar for that, so I had to move the camera, although now the camera is moving on its own. Yep, okay, sure, why not? Oh man, that is crunchy. Okay, so now we're left with a 13. Should be two 13s. There's one last bolt right down under here, and the whole thing comes out. That was this one. Well, that's all a fine collection of broken garbage. Let's take a look at the new garbage. We've got some instructions here, and another box. This will be the that main tensioner that I just took off. Shiny. Yep. Yep, that looks about right. And then we've got the pulley. Nice movement on that. And I love this all comes with new hardware. And we've got dust caps, which is nice. That should prolong the life of this bearing by helping keep stuff from getting in there. Interestingly, this is a Torx, not a hex. That was I think an 8mm hex. This is like a T30, I think. So that's a weird difference here. Installation is the reverse of removal. So let's reverse our removal. Working around this camera might prove to be a trick. Let's see if I can get this back in here. Change of plan. I'm gonna go for that one first. So that's gonna be bolt with a washer. Haha, I think it found its home. Yep, that feels about right. So I'm gonna go see if I can blindly get this one started. Sure can. Well, that's a good start. All these 13mm fasteners. So for the pulley, it gets this, this slightly dished washer, which goes on in dish direction. The concave side faces towards the pulley, just like that. Let's see, so the dust covers, I believe this one goes here. Ooh, very nice. And this one goes on there like that. Oh man, that nice factory look. Except that I shouldn't have put that one on because I still need to get at that for the... Okay, so the last thing we got here is this idler. It's just an idler. We reuse the bolt for this one, and this goes through the alternator. And there is only one way that it can clock on there. It looks like I got it. Boy, I am really wanting that M12 electric ratchet right now. This is another long bolt. New belt to hold my pants up. There we go. Okay, now for the little one. Okay, well, this tensioner has a pin in it. I pulled the pin. I was not ready to pull the pin, so now I have to start from square one here. Oh, there we go. That time I felt it all snap into place. All right. My back. That is some nice, fresh, shiny belts. Let's get this fan back in place. Wow, it just holds itself in place. There's really not much that needs doing there. Push tab rivet thing over here. Okay, on this side, a big old screw. And then all that's left to wrap this up is these two big old friendly connectors here. There we go. Ah, there it clicked. All right, oh, and then, yes, of course, the air intake. Hopefully yours has all the mounts. Mine does not, it just kind of, yep. All right, all that's left now is to go start the car and see if we hear anything that sounds like a, well, bearing noise like I had before. I'm expecting belt squeal because they're fresh belts and they've got my dirty finger oils all over them, but I guess we'll see. Well, I'd say that's pretty much a winner. Thanks for watching.